It was an impressive showing from Team Canada at the Olympic Games in Paris last month. Canada winning 27 medals, and one that we will always remember is the towering performance of beach volleyball duo Melissa Humana-Paredes and Brandie Wilkerson. The pair sparkled on the sand in the shadow of the iconic Eiffel Tower, winning a well-deserved silver medal. And of course, Melissa and Brandie join us now.
Thank you.
We are so excited as a nation. Congratulations. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. You're both fresh from a big win in Chicago, so we're going to get there in a bit, but we have to talk about what is happening around you right now. These are the beautiful silver medals. Congratulations to you both.
Thank you.
Has it sunken in? I know you've done the interviews. It's a few weeks out, so maybe, Melissa, we'll begin with you. Has it all sunken in yet, or do you still just sit there and go, what happened? Wow.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. I think there are moments where I'm like, wow, we really just made history and created a legacy for beach volleyball in Canada and hopefully inspired a nation. But then there are still some days where it just feels, it feels surreal. And I think we're just so proud of what we were able to accomplish. And you know, I think there's a lot we can look back on and be proud of. I think with our sport, you do, if you get the silver medal, you do finish with a loss. So sometimes it's bittersweet to think about that. But, you know, the reception of coming home to Canada has been incredible. And meeting people who watched and were so invested, I think makes it so worthwhile. And you realize the impact you had. And that just, it really is fulfilling.
You said, you know, record-breaking. This is Canada's first ever Olympic medal in women's beach volleyball. So, yes, you have paved that path. Yeah. Amazing. Brandie, for you, when you went into, as a team, going to Paris, was the goal the podium? Was the goal to top a personal best? Like, what was your goal as a team?
Definitely. It's the goal was layered. I think our first and foremost goal was to truly enjoy the journey and to be real about that, because we found that that's the hardest bit. You can be very results-based as an athlete and just hard on yourself or forget that there's so many things going on outside of just the Olympic Games. So I think that helped us really be able to show up fully once we got the opportunity. And then, of course, because we're competitors and, you know, we bring out the best in each other, we wanted to see that show up as a gold medal, and we wanted to create a legacy. We wanted to change the history of what beach volleyball means in Canada. We want to see future generations, all different types of people's types of stories, on the sand. So with all of that, I think we were pretty locked in on being at the top of that podium.
Yeah, I would say mission accomplished to all of the above, to everything that you mentioned. What's interesting about your story, I love that this pairing only happened in the last couple of years. Yeah. You were both at the Tokyo Games with different partners, but you had played together at York University. You had this chemistry, which before the cameras went on, I said to you, there's something that you have, this vibe that you have with one another off the court, and that's got to translate on the court to be able to have this cherry on top, that you genuinely get along with one another. You were kind of finishing each other's sentences. So how does that play into all of it, the chemistry for you, Melissa?
I think it's a really special part of our partnership. And I think we have that history, we have that foundation from our York University days. We were the same rookie class together, so we were teammates for a long time before that in a very formative time of our lives. Yeah. And so kind of going through that experience was really bonding. And then we had this really interesting time frame where then we were competitors against each other. And so then I think that was really special because it allowed us to grow a level of respect and admiration for each other across the net, where you're like, oh, dang, you're really good. And it's like we didn't like playing against each other.
It's exhausting.
Yeah, it's exhausting, yeah. God, I don't want to play here anymore. It was very much the right time for us, and we'd grown so much as people, as women, and as athletes from our early York University days. So getting together back in Paris was really special.
Timing is everything.
Yes.
Timing is everything. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about your big win in Chicago. So this was the ATP Chicago Heritage event. You won. Yeah. Congratulations. Brandie, you put on Instagram, had to dig deep for this one. I'm sure pun intended.
I think we were aware of what an incredible challenge it is to come off at such a high and still be so involved in it, whether it's interviews or meeting people or just allowing things to set in, and only a few weeks later with very minimal training. go into another very world-class event. I mean, the teams we were playing were at the Olympics and medal hopefuls as well. So the caliber did not get any lower going into this event. And we, as much as we understood the challenge and we were very realistic about where we were physically, mentally, we never lost sight of what we wanted, which was to compete at our best and to continue this momentum and to win. And so for us to do it, and again, not exactly the way we thought it would go or how great it would feel or how easy or smooth it typically is for us, we still dug deep and found a way to win.
You did it. Okay, I'd be remiss without saying you're both from Toronto. You're both Toronto girls.
Yes.
You both just landed within the last couple days, and then you leave again to go compete a little bit more. No big deal. You've got to give your local shout-out spots. What are your favorite spots in Toronto? Like when you're home, you have to go here. Melissa, what's one for you?
The neighborhood that I love to come home to is Roncesvalles. I grew up in the West End, love the High Park, Roncesvalles area. So many good restaurants and boutiques around there.
Brandie, one for you, local favorite spot?
Kensington's a great shout-out. I love the local spots, but I guess I also am a big getting dressed up and going for a nice drink and just going for a whole vibe. So I love doing that at Chubby's restaurant.
Ooh, I haven't been yet. You have to take me.
This is tonight, maybe.
There we go. This is what we will be doing. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, my goodness. Listen, thank you so much for taking the time to stop with us. Melissa and Brandie, congratulations, silver medalists, and more to come. Thank you.
So great.
Thank you so much.